Hi everyone, I don't know if you're the same as me, but when I go on holiday, I don't wear a speck of makeup during the day. I just don't see the point. SPF all the way, I concentrate on protection, I scrape my hair back, I'm in a bikini, a pair of shorts, maybe a cover up, and that is about it. People always ask me on the last day of my holiday whether it's the first day of my holiday because I don't sit out in the sun. I'm always under an umbrella, so I don't tend to tan. But you know, that's just my preference. In the evening, however, I do like to make an effort. I like to look nice, I like to feel special, and I like to do my makeup. But I do my makeup in a slightly different way than I would if I'm in the UK, because I like lighter products. I don't concentrate on my skin as much as I would do if I was in this country. So different things become priority for me. So I'm going to share with you the sort of makeup that I would apply on holiday. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. I don't want to be spending a mass amount of time on it. I want it to be quick, but I want it to be effective. If you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload beauty content like this on this channel every single week, and I'd love it if you are enjoying what you're watching. Please consider clicking on the like button, the subscribe button, and that notification bell. Come and join the family. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So I've already applied all of my skincare and I'm going to do brows first. That's the way I always do it. That's the way I prefer it. You don't need to do brows first. But before I go in with my brows, I'm just going to pad around my brows with a tissue to remove any excess skincare, because the product won't lie on the brows. The product won't transfer to the brows if there's too much excess skincare on the surface of the skin. So first and foremost, I'm going to go in with a brow gel. The brow gel I'm using today is from e.l.f. This is the brow laminating gel and I absolutely love it. This goes on white. It doesn't dry white. It dries completely clear. I like to go back to front, really get the product in the brows, make sure it's on there, and then use the wand to just scoop everything back and style everything. Now this does come with another wand on the end that you can use that's more like a comb to get everything back to the skin. You can use that one if you want to. I just like to push the hairs back with my finger. I just think it's quicker, less faff. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Build-A-Brow and fill in where I need to and only where I need to. You can see that this is heavily used and a lot of the external writing has rubbed off. I think this needs improvement. It's not very pretty to look at anymore, but I love the product. This is in the shade Ash Brown and I literally just fill in where I need to fill in. Now, with this and any brow pen, if you are finding that the pigment isn't transferring to the brow, once again, take your tissue and just pad down the area, because it's more than likely to be excess skincare or excess products that sat on the skin. So as soon as that is removed, the product should transfer beautifully. And if it doesn't, take a tissue and just wipe off the end, because it may be product that's got stuck on the end and is blocking the product from coming out. I mean, you can tell the difference. Works perfectly now. So I'm just filling in exactly where needs filling in. I don't want to overdo it. Just adding a few little hairs. I want my brows to look as natural as possible. I'm actually having my brows microbladed for the first time on Saturday. I don't quite know what my thought process was, because I'm really nervous about it now. I'm a bit of a stickler for my brows, so handing that responsibility over to somebody else is very nerve-wracking for me. But I am looking forward to being able to skip this step when I'm on holiday and not give too much attention to my brows for the foreseeable future. I will still be trying out products, however, so do not worry. But yeah, it's just one job off my list of things to do every single day when it comes to my face. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm what my kids would say nervous and excited. it's gelled into one, and I'm not quite sure whether the nervousness has overtaken the excitedness at this point. Regardless of whether I'm on holiday or not, I'm still going to be using my Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer because, you know, I'm not applying a lot of product to my skin, as in a lot of pigment to my skin, but still want my skin to look fresh and slightly diffused. So bring on the primer. This is such a lightweight primer. It is quick, it is easy to apply. I concentrate mostly on my larger pore areas, so in between my brows, on my forehead, right here on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin and upper lip. Usually I'd go for coverage when it comes to a foundation, but when I'm on holiday, when I'm somewhere hot, I want something incredibly lightweight. So I tend to go for something like a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer in the evenings, and then focus on lips and eyes rather than on skin. I do like to have something that is going to even out my complexion though, and just get rid of any imperfections that I have on my skin, but I do like my skin to look like skin. Today I'm going to be using the Sculpted by Amy Hydra Tint. This is actually in the shade 4. This would not be my usual shade in this country because I am very fair skinned. When I'm away on holiday, I do like to firstly apply a fake tan, so I am going to be slightly more bronzed even before I go. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this to my skin, tiny bit on the back of my hand, and then apply that in the areas where I'm needing most coverage, and then I'm going to blend it out. Probably applied a little bit too much there, but we'll go with it. So always start off on my nose and then blend up to in between my brows, which is my problem area, and then just tap that around my brows, which are already completed. Already feel a lot better in the center of my face already, just with that small amount of coverage. It's amazing what a little bit of coverage will give. I think a lot of people think they need more coverage than they actually do. Starting off with a skin tint is a really good way of assessing how much coverage you need. And then you can always go in with a concealer if you need extra coverage in specific areas. You can obviously apply this with your fingers, and that would be the really quick and easy way to do it, but I just like to tap this on. Tap it into my skin. This just sinks into my skin beautifully. Look how stunning that is. Yes, I look darker than I would usually look. I'm going to have to bronze my neck up with this today because I am using the product that I will be taking on holiday. So again, too deep for me and my skin tone at the moment. As well as Centella Asiatica, ceramides, hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, this also has the added security of having SPF 20 in here. Do not use this as your standalone SPF. It is not going to give you SPF 20 with the amount that you're going to apply to your skin, but it's great as an additional topper to your standalone SPF for a little bit of added security. It is a lovely, lightweight product that just feels very nice and very hydrating on my skin. And I don't look this orange in real life. I've just looked at the monitor and gone, ooh, It will all come together. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Pressed Setting Powder, and I'm just gonna dust that over my eyelids to set the product that we've just laid down to make sure that that doesn't crease throughout the night. And then I'm also going to take a large fluffy brush. You can also use the powder puff that comes with it and just dust that around the areas of my face that I want a bit of extra blur. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade 2.7N Coconut Flakes. This is not the one that I would usually use when my skin tone is, you know, the same as it is now, but again, when I've got a bit of a fake tan, this is the one that matches perfectly. So I'm just going to add a little bit over those dark areas and let that start to dry down for around about 30 seconds to a minute before I start buffing that in place. The shade that I am usually is 2.1N. if you're interested. If you are my shade twin, 2.1N would be my usual go-to. 2.7N is perfection when I've got a bit of a tan. After about a minute, I'm just starting patting that over the areas of darkness, and then with what's left on my finger, just padding all the way up to the edge of the eye, just to make sure we've got a little bit of coverage there. This is the only bit of makeup that I do like to have a full coverage product, because the fuller the coverage of a concealer, the less you have to use. And my whole purpose in evening makeup when I'm on holiday is to use as a little product as possible. Having said that, I may go in with a slight bit extra. Should I? I could probably get away with this level of coverage, but I'm just gonna dot the tiniest amount just on the darkest areas. Then I'll just tap it out using very light pressure. I'm not going to powder my under eyes straight away. I'm going to give that as much time as I can to dry down before I powder it. So I'm going to pick up my YSL Hyper Bronze Bronzing Powder in the shade 2, which is my summer shade, and just dust that around the perimeter of my forehead. Also on the tops of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose. And then once I've completed everything and I've got the level of bronze that I want, I'm actually going to take a little bit of bronzer and use that as my crease shade on my eyes as well. Taking my 201 brush from BK Beauty and using very light pressure, just creating an outer V right on that outside edge and just buffing that out. It's so pretty, and it just adds a level of cohesiveness to the entire look without you looking overdone. It just looks more natural doing it this way. Then sometimes on holiday I'd like to add a lighter shade to the center of my lid. I'm not going to do that today. We're going to create a little bit more of a smoky effect. I'm going to be using the Kiko Milano Long Lasting Eyeshadow Stick in the shade 05, which is just divine. And I'm going to concentrate on my lash line, so right at the base of my upper lashes, just to give me a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of sparkle, and just make it feel more evening than daytime. So I'm just running that across my lash line, not being precise at all. I mean, you can be as messy as you like with this. You can also place this all over the lid if you want to, but I just want to concentrate on that lower area, and then take another brush, or you could use your fingers and just smoke that out a little bit. It doesn't have to be neat, but these are phenomenal. They are so beautiful, and they're cheap as chips. I actually mentioned this in my Why Is Nobody Talking About These video. They're not new, so you know, they may have just passed me by, but yeah, I just think they're lovely. They're really easy to blend out. They're really easy to build up the pigmentation as well, but once they stick down, they seriously stick down. They do not budge. They are going to last you all evening. So if you do have oilier eyelids, you may want to give these a go, because they are just superb. And they just add a little bit of something extra. And when I've got mascara on, the whole look's gonna come together. So lovely. I always curl my lashes. I don't care how rushed I am. They have to be done. It makes such a big difference. And my favorite mascara of the moment, which I'm going to apply to my lashes, is the Maybelline Firework Mascara. I absolutely love this. I've done a full review on it. If you want to see my full thoughts and opinions, I'll link it up here. Go back in to my Laura Mercier powder and just powder underneath my eyes, because that is fully dried down now. Then I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer to my lower lash line, and then a little bit of the mascara, but only a little bit of the mascara to my lower lashes. I've just lined my lips using my Lisa Eldridge lip pencil in the shade 0N just to add a bit more of a border, a bit more shape, a bit more definition. Then I'm going to go straight in with my Power Matte lip pencil from NARS. This is in the shade 170, Take Me Home. And I absolutely love this shade. It's very sexy, it's very sensual, but it's very classy at the same time, which is very difficult to find. But I love a red lip. This isn't overly red, but it's powerful. It is a statement. This is a red lip for those of you who don't feel like you can pull off a red lip. You totally can, by the way. For those of you who don't feel like they have the confidence to wear a red lipstick, this is slightly more muted than a very bold, vibrant red, and I love it. Very, very elegant. And finally, I can't get enough of this at the moment. This is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush in the shade Future. And I'm going to pop one drop on the back of my hand because one drop, I think, is all I'm going to need with this. Take my brush, rub this on the back of my hand to begin with, and then dip my brush in it once. Start from the middle and work in circular movements out. This even works on powdered skin, so you don't need to worry about if you've already powdered your skin with a setting powder or if you've already used a bronzer like I have on these areas. You don't need to worry about this grabbing to the powder and being really difficult to blend because, I mean, it's just effortless. Look at that. I mean, how much easier do you want it? It's just glorious, absolutely beautiful. The final touch for me is a bit of setting spray. I do not want setting spray that's going to take me to Shine City, especially when I'm hot and bothered. This is not going to do that for me. It's such a great setting spray. We actually picked this up in Selfridges when I went to the Manchester Trafford Centre with Beatrice a few weeks ago, and it is so good. If you are going on holiday and you like to wear makeup during the daytime, this is the one that I would recommend to you. It's the On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray, and it is just one of the best setting sprays I have ever had on my skin, and definitely perfect for this situation. It doesn't feel like a normal setting spray. It's not wet. There is no need for a fan or any pretentious wafting after application because it already feels dry. It's just like applying a dry mist, a bit of air to the skin, but it works. So that's it, my quick, easy and elegant evening holiday makeup. I absolutely love every single one of these products. I feel super special in them, but it is not heavy, it is not cakey, it is incredibly lightweight, very comfortable on the skin, and you can practically throw all these products at your face and they will come out perfectly. It's so simple. All these products are very beginner friendly, and yeah, I love them. Absolutely love them. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you've thought about it in the comment section. What products do you take away on holiday with you? Which are your most used products? Because I can guarantee I will overpack for my holiday with my family. I will take way too many products and I will end up using probably a quarter of them. So your input will be gratefully appreciated. Let me know below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.